Hey guys, welcome back to episode 5 of Thai Talk, and today we're going to be talking about a few things that I've done to my scooter which I haven't really documented for some unknown reason. So as you can see here, I've actually resprayed the kickstart part of the case. The colour I chose was the same as the wheels, but I went absolutely crazy on the clear coat to try and get a really glossy, shiny look to it, and of course a bit more protection from all of the elements with it being so close to the road. Obviously you can also see that I've sprayed painted the kickstart itself with a nice chrome and matte black to bring it up to a more fresher look. Now, something that I wanted to do for ages and finally got round to it is upgrading the rear pulley. The original pulley, as we discussed in a previous episode, was 106 millimeters. The new pulley, this Koso Pulley, which is going to match the Koso clutch kit that I bought, is 115 millimeters. So we've got a bit of extra range there, and I need to get round to upgrading the variator to match that extra range. And of course, with all this extra range, I've had to get a new belt. The new belt is 16.5 millimeters in diameter, which is an extra few millimeters on what I had before. So this should help with giving me a wider range and more speed. On top of this, I've got myself a new electric start motor, which I lost a while ago. I don't know where that went, but it went missing. So I got myself a new one. I got myself some new rollers, 5-gram rollers, TWH brand, and a new spark plug, which is much better quality than the last one. This should help with providing a hotter spark and in turn better performance. Now let's get back to the video that I made here, because I'm going to show you, with upgrading the rear pulley and the new belt, a few things that I encountered that maybe you guys at home might encounter as well. So first of all, we're just going to remove the kickstart case. As I've done in previous episodes, you know that I tend to just use the ratchet to crack the bolts and then use the ratchet extension and the 8mm socket to actually remove the bolts entirely, because you can just spin it, as you see there, much easier than going backwards and forwards with the ratchet itself, and it tends to come off a lot quicker and a lot easier. You'll actually see here that the kickstart is not looking in a very good shape. I had a lot of troubles getting it back on for some reason and ended up destroying that chrome paint. But never mind, it kind of looks okay and I'm just going to live with it. So anyways, let's get back on with the video. So we're going to just take that crankcase off, and now you'll see that actually what I've done is cleaned up the drive face and installed that electric start motor. For the drive face, I just used some 240 and 600 grit sandpaper just to shine it up, and that made all of the corrosion and rust disappear, and it looks much more fresh and new. Whether that's helpful or not, I'm not quite sure. And of course, the electric start motor is a great addition because I don't have to kick the bike to start it every single time. So guys, as you can see here, as done previously, I'm just taking everything out of the CVT case so I can get a good look at it. Now here's the variator. As you know, it's an 89mm TWH variator. What you'll see inside is that actually I'm still using the 7-gram rollers. The reason for that is I tried installing the 5-gram rollers and the bike was revving up way too quickly, and it seemed to kill the range and the top speed, and I just didn't like the idea of the bike revving super hard. So I went back with the 7-gram rollers. Maybe 5 grams will work for you depending on your setup, but that's something that you guys need to try and see exactly what works best for you. So now you can see that I'm putting the case back together again. As always, you need to compress the rear pulley to get the belt in. There is tools for this, but you can use your hands and just compress it in. Get that round the front variator boss and seat the cable nicely. And then you can go ahead and put on your faceplate. Of course, that needs to go in next. And then you can put over your clutch bell, get the nuts hand tight, and then use the cordless impact gun to finish them off. as you can see here, there's a little bit of a problem with the oversized rear pulley. It seems that the belt now makes contact with part of the CVT case. So to fix that, what I'm going to do is just to sand it down. So you can see here the part that's actually making contact. Obviously this is where one of the bolts goes in, and we don't use that bolt anymore, so we can sand that down. So I've got a range of sandpapers here, as you can see, and a little sanding block. So I'm going to give it my best and see if I can bring that down and make it flush with the rest of the case. Now as you can see here, I have brought it down a little bit, but I don't think that's going to be enough to really make a difference and stop the belt from dragging on that raised part of the CVT case. So let's try and bring it down more. Okay guys, you can now see it's pretty much flat there. There's a few places up here that I worry maybe touch the belt as well, but that's something I'm going to look at in the future. At the moment, I'm quite happy with that, so I think I'm going to put everything back together and see how it looks. So as you can see, the scooter is back together now, and it doesn't seem to touch anymore. It doesn't seem to mark the belt, and that's one way to tell is if it's marking the belt. So I'm pretty happy with the result. Anyways guys, this is the end of another episode of Thai Talk, and of course, as always, like, comment, share and subscribe for more two-stroke life from the land of smiles, Thailand. See you next time guys.